Hello.
Hey, I'm about to let everyone in. Three people so far.
Awesome.
Hello. Hello. Oh,
Hi.
hello.
Hi.
Hi, Diego.
Yeah. Oh.
If everyone would feel comfortable putting on their cameras so we can get started.
Is it compulsory I turn on my camera?
It would be great if you could put on your camera.
Um. Okay. Can I do that later? While we continue the study, is it possible?
Oh, hi, Leah. Um,
Yeah, the camera is a requirement to participate in this focus group. If you're not able to do that, it's okay, but we'll just ask you to kindly exclude yourself from the exercise.
Okay, just give me like some few, like 1, 2 minutes. Let me just wear my glass and stuff like that. I'm coming, please.
hey. Well, Diego and Williams, if you could put on your cameras.
Yeah,
Okay.
just give me 2 minutes. I want to pour my shit.
Great. While we wait for you guys to put on your cameras, I'll introduce myself. I'm Allie. I'll be the moderator for this session, and we're really excited to begin talking about work-based apps and your experiences with them. As a reminder, there are no right or wrong answers. We're here just to kind of learn from your all experiences and just want to hear your opinions and feedback. Um, as required, please turn on your cameras so we can really begin. But to start, I think we'll go around the room, and I'd love to learn your name, where you're from, as well as the most recent app you've worked with and when. So why don't I kick it off to Leah to start?
Yeah, I worked with some food delivery apps as well as um, like secret shopping, mystery shopping type apps as well. So I've used this app called Presto Shopper as well as GigSpot to find work.
Great. Jamal, how about you? What is your name, where you're from, and the most recent app you've used for work? Oh, still on mute. Uh, While we wait for you to unmute, I'll kick it over to Williams. So your name, location, and what your most recent app you've worked for.
Okay, my name is Williams from New York City. I've been using Pixel Lab to design. I'm a graphic designer, so I've been using Pixel Lab to do most of my design and branded logo and any other design poster. So I've been using Pixel Lab as a app to do the design. Thank you.
Got it. And Diego, how about you?
Hi. I do use Fiverr to work. I use Fiverr to work, and I use Evernote, and I use Google Sheets most time for Excel work and a lot of stuff like that. I'm kind of like a business analyst. So yeah.
Got it. And sorry, you said Fiverr or Fiber?
Fiverr. Yeah, Fiverr.
Great. And Jamal, back to you.
Mhm. Yeah, hello. Sorry, I was just trying to set up. So can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, my name is Jimo. I'm from Georgia. I have used most of the app I've used mainly is Google Workspace, like Google Document, Google Excel, Google Files, and so on. And I've also used Canvas also. Yeah.
Have you used any apps for to get paid through the apps, such as like an Uber, a Lyft, a DoorDash?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Any specifically recently, or?
Yeah, it's definitely Uber, definitely. Recently, I even use it today. So yeah.
Great. Great. So I guess to get started, we first really want to learn a little bit more about why you use apps for work. So specifically, what brings you to an app to find a new opportunity to earn money from? I'll start with Leah.
Yeah, mostly to see like the different opportunities and be able to work on my own schedule and see opportunities that might like when I have extra time or whatever that might be a good fit with my skill set.
Right. Great. And Williams, what about you? What draws you to work from apps?
Okay, as I said, I'm a graphic designer and I use Pixel Lab to design most of my work. So I've been using this for the past 8 to 10 years. So um, what is the other question?
Uh, just basically, yeah, why you work from apps and what you like about it.
Oh, okay. The app is easy to navigate, and if I want to teach someone how to start a graphic design, yeah, it is very easy to teach someone compared to Canva and other apps. So it is very easy. That's why I'm using it. That's why it's my best app. Thank you.
Got it. And Jamal, what about you? What drives you to working with apps and why you prefer to earn money based using apps?
Yeah, for me, I would say it helped me to like earn money in my own schedule, like I'm my own boss, just like a freelancer. So yeah, I can set my own time, I can set my own priority. So yeah, I can do it on my own time base. So yeah, give me opportunities to like explore more. I can do two, three things at the same time. So yeah.
Got it. And Diego, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's the convenience like that. It makes me work like part-time and everything. I can do a lot of stuff and I am still doing some kind of higher position and like degree and school stuff and everything like that. So it makes me like be my own boss and it makes me like fix my time and everything. So it's just about the freeness and the convenience of everything. So yeah.
Great. So I guess when now I want to kind of talk about really good experiences and that you've had working with apps. So I guess I'll start with you, Leah. What's an app where you felt like you had a really good experience using it and kind of what led to that really good experience?
Like any app.
Or specifically one that you've worked for. So it could be GigSpot or, Presto, any of the ones that you've kind of experienced.
Yeah, I think Presto was pretty good. Because they had like a responsive support system and the payment was pretty transparent. Um, but yeah, so I think that was good. Yeah.
Got it.
And just
Um,
can I ask a follow-up? What about the payment process gave you confidence throughout like starting with Presto?
I mean, I send I provide my payment information beforehand, and then it kind of like showed when it was processed. So since it's paid for like a specific gig or task, like it showed like where it was in the whether it was like approved or like pending or sent for payment. So it was pretty easy to track, and the payment arrived quickly.
Perfect. Thanks.
what was quickly? We're talking about a day, a week.
I think 72 hours.
Good, helpful. Thank you. Williams, what about you? One of the app experiences that you had that was really a great working experience.
Oh, okay. Is it any app or the one I talked about before?
I think
Uh,
the one that you think was the best to work for.
Oh, okay, okay. I will still choose when it comes to my career as a freelancer and as a graphic designer. I will still pick I'll pick Pixel Lab over all the other apps like maybe Canva, and I get clients on Fiverr and Upwork. And when it comes to payments, I get payment through either PayPal or direct deposit. So.
And you felt like the payment process was really seamless and fast, or?
Yeah, the payment process is depending on what my clients want. If you can pay through PayPal, fine. If it is direct deposit, fine. So any means of deposit that you want to use, I'm not actually after how fast it is, but me getting the money at least maybe some minutes later. So like.
Got it. And Diego, what about you? One of the apps you've worked for that was the best experience, and why?
Yeah, I think Fiverr. Fiverr was really good. Like Fiverr, like it had the option to pay through PayPal and Payoneer. So I love taking money from PayPal. Like I prefer PayPal payment method. Like it was really, really fast and up. So it was like I think I used Fiverr, I've used Upwork, and I prefer Fiverr payment faster than Upwork.
And what about the I guess the opportunities? Did you feel like there was a lot available to you and you can kind of pick and choose based
Yeah,
on?
yeah, like I said, it's two options. Like you can use Pioneer, you can use PayPal, and I prefer using PayPal.
Great. Now kind of switching gears, we want to hear about a bad experience you've had working with an app. So I'll go back around to Leah. What was an experience that you had that just was pretty negative and didn't work out?
Um, I think I don't like how it's some like DoorDash was set up when I used it. Um, I just felt like pressured to kind of like accept incoming requests for to like pick up orders and stuff. And so it was a little bit less like flexible in terms of like giving more time to choose opportunities.
Got it. Williams, what about you? A bad experience working for an app?
Oh, okay, so there was a time I have designed a logo and I think I used like 1 hour designing the logo. So I was about to save the logo, everything I've done, I was about to save it, and then the app stopped working. Like I don't know if you have experienced that. The app stopped working, then I click OK, then everything I've done for the 1 hour, everything disappeared. So I had to start again. That was a very bad experience.
Got it. So like app glitches, just not
Yeah,
seamless kind of user interface.
yeah.
Diego, what about you? A bad experience working for one of these apps with a feature or customer service? Could be
Yeah,
anything.
mine was definitely customer service. Like Upwork actually like I think they support the buyers a bit more than the seller and stuff like that. I have a bit of conflict and they were being biased and they were not trying to look at my point of view and everything like that because I delivered to the expectation and I was trying to like the person was trying to play smart on me and stuff like that and the case was not actually reviewed and I got suspension in my account for a while. So later on they reviewed the case and they freed my account. But within that period of time, I lost a lot of new customers and stuff like that. So it tarnished my account rating and my stars, and it kind of like downgraded my account. Like my account was kind of like in the first 2 pages at first, but because of that issue and all and everything, my account was now like in the page 5 and all. Even though like regardless of the fact that they returned my account and everything, but my ratings and everything was down. So like if they actually like look into the matter faster, touch like terminating my account that fast, I could have a better experience. So that's what I meant. The customer service was kind of being biased.
Yeah, and how long was that process that it took for them to resolve the conflict?
Yeah, I think a week. A week.
And what was the way that they communicated with you? Was it, email? Was it a
Yeah,
chat bot through the app or
chat through the app.
chat through the app? Got it.
And
Okay.
I want to make sure I understand that. So with Upwork specifically, it sounds like there was a dispute where maybe the details of the job were not clear and the user or the other side reported you for an issue, and then you got basically your account got suspended.
Yeah, exactly.
And you felt like they didn't really look into the issue to fully understand.
Yes, before
Right.
they actually like give me my account holding, like they didn't actually like look into the issue fast. Like my account could have not get a suspension at first.
So they suspended you before they looked into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Helpful. Thank you.
Okay, great. So now I kind of want to talk through, I know we just kind of went through some bad experiences, but general concerns when signing up for a work-based app. So overall, like what, concerns you about putting in your information or working with these apps. I'll start with Williams.
Okay. Sorry. What was the question?
Yeah, just trying to understand any other general concerns with using these types of apps and what might be red flags or like what you are concerned about when kind of searching for apps to use.
Okay. Okay. There is other problem for beginners, because I've been using the app for the past maybe 8 to 10 years now. For the beginners, there's a way they can save that the graphics should be more clearer. So if a beginner try to save as JPEG instead of PNG, so the design will be blur, it will not be very clear. So that is another um that I think the owner of the app should be able to do something that, okay, all the documents or all the design that you are going to save through the app should be better and clearer, instead of, okay, you are saving this and then it is getting blurred. Okay, if you try to save it in other way, it will be clearer. So do you get that?
Got it. So having like clear requirements and clearly understanding kind of the pieces the
Yeah.
work will have to be for
Yeah.
completion. Got it. Leah, what about you when you're searching kind of apps for work, anything that concerns you initially or is a red flag?
I mean, I usually look up the reviews of online or like look up forums to see and make sure that people have gotten paid and like other things. I think yeah, I'm okay with giving up my personal information during the sign up process, as long as it seems like a legitimate process.
What makes you think that something's legitimate outside of the reviews? Or is that really the
Yeah,
main?
that's mostly like other people, like I mean forums that people talk about, that kind of thing.
What are some examples of like the types of forums that you're referring to?
Like Reddit or
Yeah.
How important is it for an app to have like a social media presence, like on Facebook, Instagram, even like Reddit, Threads? Is that really important when you're kind of figuring out which app to sign up for? Leah, I'll swing it back to you.
yeah, I think it is important to have other testimonials to those channels.
Diego, what concerns kind of do you have for these types of apps when you're thinking about downloading a new app to work from? Kind of off the bat, what it like skeptical, what freaks you out, maybe red flag or concerns overall do you have?
Yeah, I think I always do check review a lot. I check review and a lot of stuff. And I check on YouTube feedback, and I do just always be cautious on how rating my account is going to be and how fast I'm going to get a better audience and everything like that. And I think the percentage like Fiverr, when you work for any gig you do and submission, it's 20% off. Like when you earn like 10,000, you get 8,000. You get 20% off. So I do watch of that, and like I need to know if that's okay with me and all. So I watch that and I watch reviews. I watch the customer service and all. So yeah.
Got it. It's like transparency for understanding the fees and how you'll get paid.
Yeah. I need to know if it's fair.
Got it. So I guess now thinking about you're looking for a new app to work and you found one that you like and you're gonna download it. What would you kind of expect to be the first kind of step that you're signing up for an account? What information are you expecting to have to put in? I'll start with you, Leah.
Yeah, I think kind of like my sign up, my demographic information, my like contact information, payment information.
Got
Do you
it.
expect to see like information about your earning potential or the different types of roles prior to enter? Like what if you download a new app and it was like, okay, what's your name, address, phone number, email? Would you expect that you'd like want to poke around the app first beforehand to try to understand what kind of opportunities there are?
Yeah, I think ideally there'd be some information on that before.
Got it. Diego, what about you? When you just downloaded an app and now you're setting up your profile, what kind of information or pieces do you expect to have to like fill in?
I guess I will try to shuffle around the app, the gigs that are available. I check the condition, like I need to know if it's something that like I have explored more than like 5 gigs, but looking at graphics design, working with the graphic design at Fiverr is kind of really, really competitive. Like just checking the number of people doing graphic design in Fiverr, there are more than like 100,000. So the competition and the market base is really, really many and all stuff like that. So I didn't go for that gig. So I went for a gig that is a bit lesser, something I know how to do, and there are lesser competition. So I check within that scope if it's something I'm doing and I'm okay with that and stuff like that. But I don't like a lot of competition. Too much competition kind of like makes the pricings and everything a little bit too low than expectation and all. So yeah. I check that, and I check if I'm not putting in sensitive data, like if they are not asking for too much. I just want to fix in my name, stuff like that. I don't want to go to full details and all. I want to fix in my detail, but not that full detail that I see that they are spying on me on that kind of reference and all.
Got it. So you want to make sure that there's actual work that you'll get assigned and it's worth the effort, but then also
Yeah,
that they're not asking for too much information where it feels like scammy or not trustworthy.
exactly.
Got it. I guess how comfortable would you be if they asked for a background check? Would you be willing to have that be run against you?
I think it's 2 ways for the background check. Like it depends on the app. Like I need to know the app very well because sometimes background check kind of looks suspicious and it's prone to kidnapping and like getting your personal info and stuff like that. So if it's something that if it's a new organization that is just up 1 year ago and they want to do background check, I may not be like that willing and everything. But if it's something that it's a very, very reputable place that it's like 5 years plus and everything, I'm okay with that. I trust them and their goodwill is a bit stronger than expected, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm okay with that. But if it's a new complaint, no. Like if a new complaint, no, I'm not be okay with that.
Got it. So you want to make sure when you're looking up the app to kind of trust to see if it to download it that it has a reputable kind of background. It's been around for a while. There's people with reviews and making sure that it's trustworthy.
Yeah, someone can just spring up a complaint and start doing background check and start gathering a lot of personal information for scams and all like that. So I don't trust that kind of stuff.
Got it. What about if it asks you to put in some work history, not a full resume, but maybe putting in some of your recent experience?
Yeah, I think that's better. Like Fiverr do ask for that. Like, yeah, we drop that at Fiverr. So yeah.
Got it. Leah, what about you? Would you be comfortable with like a background check or putting in your recent work history?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it takes a lot longer to like fill out those applications, but yeah, I think if the earning potential is there, then I would.
Got it. So you need to have kind of seen and trust that there's going to be work at the end of it before putting in the effort. Got it. How long, I guess, how long would you spend really filling out a profile for an app before you kind of just give up or feel like it's not worth it? Leah, I'll start with you.
Probably like half an hour.
Diego, what about you? How much time would you give to filling out a profile before giving up?
Yeah, probably like I don't want to spend a lot of time, but probably like between 10 minutes to 30 minutes. I think we are good. Like spending 1 hour to 2 hours is a lot. It's a lot and it can get frustrating.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how would you feel about, let's say it was a more intensive process. Let's say it did take an hour. Would you be willing to do that if you got paid at the end of that process? So if like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think definitely. I think incentive is kind of a boost. Yeah, definitely.
Great. I guess what would turn you off from the app? Like, is there anything that would, I know you mentioned, some critical privacy concerns, but
Yeah, I
anything
think
that,
it's private.
yeah, would completely turn you off from the app that happens in that setup page?
Yeah, I think privacy on accounts that is like the complaint is not that reputable. Like I said, like if it's Fiverr or Upwork or freelance, and I think gig gig work and stuff like that, if it's them like that, I'm okay with that. But if it's something that the company is just 1 year old and everything, no, I don't think I'm okay with that. So privacy is a big thing now and everything, and a lot of data have been stolen. A lot.
Got it. And Leah, what about you? Anything that would totally turn you off and like delete the app after you've signed up?
If they didn't follow through with their commitments that they or the advertising wasn't accurate, or there are like privacy concerns with like data being shared.
And now let's say, okay, you approve of the app, you're feeling comfortable with it, you sign up, you're ready to start working. What information would you instantly want to like see on the app? I know, would you want to just peruse it yourself? Would you want to get some tutorial videos or a guided tutorial of the site? What would you expect like the next like step to be? I'll pass it over to you, Diego.
Like I don't understand. Like step in what?
So like let's say you've signed up and now what do you expect? Do you want to just use the app? Do you want to learn more about the opportunities? Do you want some
Yeah.
videos?
Yeah, like I'm talking based on my experience with Fiverr. Like when I was done signing up, there was an attached YouTube page on how you can reverse and like know how to do certain stuff and all. There's always a clip of video beside each other and all. So yeah, if there's a YouTube video explaining certain aspect of it, that's really cool because I prefer watching video than reading.
Got it. And I guess how would you be interested in more training videos or like what
Yeah,
if the
definitely. Like I think there's a lot of things involved in these apps. Like you need to know the rules and everything, you need to know the algorithm and everything, you need to know how to set up your profile to rank high and everything. So they are the ones that teach you all this, and I watch a lot of videos on how to rank my gig high, how to get more customers, how to do a lot of stuff. So their video actually helps a lot, So yeah, I want tutorial on how to manage their app and get more customer. I think it's for my benefits too. Definitely, I need it.
Got it. And do you prefer that in videos? You prefer that in like an
Yeah,
FAQ written
yeah,
out
I think
instructions? Video.
video. I understand video faster.
Got it. And Leah, what about you? I guess once you're signed up, do you prefer just to use the app yourself or more guided video tutorials or instructions?
Yeah, usually just to use it myself unless there's something that's not very non-intuitive.
Got it. Great. And I guess thinking about your schedule, Leah, when you're using these apps, are you often just logging in every day to check out the opportunities? Are you setting up like push notifications? So if something new comes up, then you click into the app. How does that kind of work?
Yeah, I usually set up push notifications for relevant opportunities.
Got it. Do you would you be interested in other types of communication like texts or email or
Email, yes, prefer not text.
okay, great.
Got it.
And
I was gonna just say I have a question for both of you, which is I want to dig a little bit into some of the points that you all brought up before in terms of challenges with payments and or customer support. So maybe we can start with customer support. Like, what is your expectation in terms of what happens if you reach out to somebody, or like what customer support would look like? Let's say you download an app, maybe you read some good reviews, some bad reviews, and you're debating if you want to actually go and do a job. Like, what would you expect from a support perspective? I think like, would you expect a person? Would you expect like what would make you feel comfortable if you were kind of on the fence about an app?
For support, yeah, I guess like knowing that there's someone, like a real person to talk to behind it. And also having like more hours of support, that kind of thing, in order to get support more quickly.
Yeah, like what's the things that you have to do to make sure you can actually try to get through to a person?
What do you mean?
Like you're saying on hours of support, it's like you want to know if you're trying to get in touch with support, what's the best time to reach out so that you can increase your chances of actually getting to somebody that's going to be able to help you.
Yeah, so I guess like if they're able to have like hours, like either like a chat or some option or something at most, or a phone number during business hours, that would be helpful.
And what about you, Diego? Just like
Yeah,
what
I
are the
think it's for me. Like sometimes when you're chatting with them and you can't actually explain yourself a bit better, I prefer number, like calling and explaining myself a bit better at business hours and all.
Got it. Now let's talk a little bit about payments. So I know that this is a big concern that you're going to do something and you wouldn't get paid. Obviously, reviews are a really important piece. We talked a little bit about sort of informational videos on how to get paid, maybe having different options for payments. But you know, what about some like, is there anything else that the app could do at the point that you're signing up to give you confidence that, hey, this is not a scam, like I'm actually going to get paid? So for example, would it be like looking at other people's profiles and seeing how much they've earned? Would it be testimonials from people? Like, is there anything that would, if you weren't sure if something was legit or not from a payments perspective, what would get, like, is it looking at the total number of wages paid out? Like, what would be the most helpful in terms of giving you that confidence that the app is actually going to pay you before you actually get paid? And maybe I'll start with you, Diego.
I think it's review. Review talks says a lot about payment and reviews, and if something's really paying you are definitely going to know. There's a lot of videos online on YouTube. I don't play with YouTube videos, YouTube testimonies, and a lot of things I do check in apps. I don't check 5-star reviews, I check the critical reviews, and I check if they actually reply the bad reviews. Like sometimes some people don't reply the bad reviews. Like they just ignore the bad reviews that is stating that they don't get paid and all people. Like one time, but not this exact time, like that. I have someone that actually said he got like customer issue and all, and his account got suspended and his money was stopped for certain amount of time and everything before the thing was reviewed and all and everything like that. So like sometimes that kind of thing take a long time and it's frustrating. So when you know that your conscience is clear and your review are good and everything like that, like you see you see prompts, you see there's some reviews that are bad and you don't see reply to the reviews and it's like posted 3 months ago. So definitely their customer service is not checking their review site or they feel like it's not necessary to reply it. And you can see it's a long time. If it's like 3 days, yeah, I can give that time, but 3 months, no reply, and it's a bad review. So that's a bad experience and stuff.
Got it. So if you're checking reviews, you'll look at the most critical ones first. And something
Yeah.
that would build confidence is because I'm sure there's people that maybe didn't do something correctly and they might say, hey, this app didn't pay me. But if you saw a response from the company that said, hey, actually, this is the way that you get paid, and for whatever reason,
Exactly. Like there's supposed to be an interest, like, okay, they didn't pay you, right? So send a message to this email. We're going to try to rectify it. That kind of a response will give you kind of like, yes, they are trying to get it resolved. Not that it's being blank, that nobody's actually checking the review site and everything.
super helpful. That makes a lot of sense. And what about you, Leah? Like talking specifically about payments, anything else if you were on the fence that you would look for inside or outside of the app, that would help build your confidence where you're like, I think if I actually go and do the job according to the guidelines, I will get paid.
Not really. I think it's mostly reviews and like forums and like just making sure there are other users of the app had a good experience with it and have and so yeah, probably if it's like more established and
Got it. Super helpful. Thank you.
I guess how long would you expect from starting the app to earning money? How long would you expect that to take until you start just seeing your first payment come through? I'll start with you, Leah.
I mean, usually within the month, ideally within like a week or two.
What about you, Diego?
Yeah, I think as soon as possible. Like, but I can say like I prefer it coming the first week, but not being greedy. I think if it's more than like a month before I get my first gig, I think that's frustrating. So I really, really hoped it comes before like first. Like, I had like I have like Fiverr and Upwork. I get a bit more gigs at Fiverr than Upwork. So it goes like and same thing, but I get more gigs at Fiverr than Upwork. So
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. I guess, is there anything else that Fiverr, Upwork, or GigSpot could really do to build that trust, to make you more loyal to the app and continue working with these apps?
Or even to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't get your question.
Or anything that these apps could really do to help you build that trust from initial download, any other information that they could tell you that would really make you excited to start using it more, or just anything that they could really do to gain your trust quickly?
I think if you get gig fast, like one thing about this is that some of the advantage over other people on algorithm and everything like that, you have to start figuring it out by yourself. Like sometimes Fiverr don't actually give you the hint. Like I have to be the one to start browsing YouTube on like how to make my gig faster. I didn't get the information from Fiverr. I just go on YouTube and start browsing how to rank my gig faster. Like it's other people that crack the algorithm on how to be better and all like that. Fiverr didn't provide me that information, stuff like that. Like I said, my gig is ranking more on Fiverr than Upwork because I didn't crack Upwork better, but I cracked Fiverr. So if it's possible, they give us that full hint, 100%. But I know like everybody will not be perfect and everybody will not surely be selling and all.
Got it. So just having more guidance and really figuring out the best way to use the app, the most efficient way to kind of earn the most money and get the most gigs.
Yeah.
Leah, anything else that you could want from these apps to really kind of gain your trust really quickly?
Not that I can think of. I think, yeah, I think just like having like a good like a social media presence where or like where it seems like, you know, a lot of people are using it, good reviews to other channels, just good word of mouth, that kind of thing.
How interested would you be in hearing from a current user, maybe in your area, that recently did a few gigs or shifts from the app? Like, would you be interested in maybe chatting with them or talking to them?
I think like if it's organic, but not necessarily set up by the app, since you can always pick and choose like a user.
Got it. Great. Adam, do you have any other questions or?
I think the last piece is just digging in on the kind of interview process. So I know one question I have is like there's different ways to try to understand from the company's side if you're the right fit. How would you feel about like uploading a video of yourself, like providing some sort of like answering questionnaires? Like, what do you think is the best way for the app to get to know you in a way that doesn't feel too invasive? Talking to somebody, like uploading a video of yourself, like what would you be most in favor of if the app comes and say, hey, we want to make sure that you're the right fit for this gig?
Oh, that question is kind of somehow like, are you saying that the app want to know if I'm better at doing my gig? Is that what you're stating?
Yeah, like let's say the app said we need to interview you before you qualify for certain gigs. What would be the best way that you would feel most comfortable having that conversation with the app? Is it filling out a questionnaire? Is it having a conversation with someone on the phone? Is it uploading a video?
I think dialogue is better. Like dialogue, let's talk on Zoom call and talk so I can be more expressive and more communicative. Because a lot of people, if you submit like a feeling and everything like that, I don't think they can actually like get your full understanding about something and all. But if you're talking with someone dialogue and everything like that, they can actually like see that you know what you're doing. It's a bit more expressive than just sending a notebook. So I don't think I will get qualified that fast. So the percentage of me getting in is low than me doing a physical call and expressing myself better. So I prefer a physical invitation.
Okay, thanks. Leah, what about you?
So can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so if an app required some sort of like interview process, what would be your preferred way to have that interaction?
Um, yeah, I think over Zoom is fine. Yeah, I think ideally like something that can be scheduled. Um, they can be arranged according to our schedule, but ideally like would prefer to not have interview as part of the process.
Yeah. And how would you feel if you were asked to do like a selfie video where you're like responding by yourself to some sort of prompts?
It would be okay. But yeah, I think generally for the types of gigs that I'm doing, it seems like unnecessary to like have that level of information, I guess.
Right, because it's like if you're doing a delivery or something, it's like, yeah, I know what I'm signing up for. I think I can do it. That's why I'm signing up versus like perhaps applying to, let's say, like a full-time job or something. That makes sense.
Great.
I think, Allie, I don't know if you have any more questions. I think that's it from my end.
Yeah, I think we've talked through everything. We really appreciate all your kind of perspective, experience, and feedback. And you should be receiving a $20 Amazon gift card in over email in the next week. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.